Thank you, Luke.
Second Corinthians chapter 5, verse 5. Now he that hath wrought us for the same thing is God, who also hath given unto us the earnest of the Spirit. Therefore we are always confident, knowing that while we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Wherefore we labor that, whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that every one may receive the things done in his body, according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad.
Okay. So, pretty much, what I noticed of this is that Paul made, he named three things. First, he's got to be accountable to Christ. Second, he's got to show him. Second, Paul was driven by Christ's love. And he desires that others will follow.
That's right.
So, we as disciples, as followers of Christ, we also need to speak about the love of God to others.
That's right.
We need to speak to them. We can't stay quiet,
That's right.
Because we know what God did for us. We know what he did for us.
That's right.
He saved us, and by him saving us, that's love.
That's right.
Because we could have died in our sin.
Yes.
But at the same time, we need to be just like Paul. Spread that word out.
Yes.
Give them the love. Let them know who love is. Some people, they know who love is, but they're not willing to surrender. They're not willing to surrender their life yet. I wasn't ready to surrender, and it took me 47 years before I surrendered. So I know, whoever's watching, I know. You're not alone in this race. We'll never be alone.
That's right.
God's always on our side.
Yes.
He's always on our side. So, and all we gotta do is just keep preaching God's word. Just let them know, because we walk by faith and not by sight.
That's right.
If something's not going right, we should just have faith, believe. If we believe and we keep that faith, things will turn around and we turn ourselves around. Because to tell you the truth, if we want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
That's right.
And if we can do that and bring one soul to Christ,
Yes.
that's a big step.
Yes.
That's a big step right
That's
there.
right.
So we need to be just like Paul. We need to preach God's word. I see my brother-in-law today at Kroger's, matter of fact, speaking about getting the word out. I seen him, we started talking, he asked me, how you doing? I said, brother, I'm blessed by the best. So he started telling me he's been serving the Lord for 4 years already. And I said, praise God, brother. And we started having a conversation about God, and when it triggered, I literally broke out crying, and my brother, I'm looking at me like, what's wrong? I said, Lord, this is what happened. When I speak about the Lord, I can't help myself. The Holy Ghost gets in. I start trembling, I start crying. I said, but I tell you what, everything that we do, there's something that we all, one of my brothers in church, he said, if you don't nail that heart down, everything's in vain.
That's right.
Okay, so you must nail the heart down.
That's right.
You must set apart away from evil.
Yes.
From doing evil. You can't say you're serving the Lord today and then a few minutes later you're going to go do something behind closed doors where nobody can see you. Come on, when nobody can see you. They don't know you.
That's right.
You wouldn't act like this in front of your church members.
Come on.
You wouldn't do that. You would be all 100%. But God knows the heart.
That's right.
God knows the heart.
Yes.
So you can fool yourself, you can fool your neighbor, but you can't fool God.
That's right, brother.
So I gotta learn how to have patience with people, and I do. I show a lot of love to people like that. I speak the word of life out there to them. Sometimes we get going, sometimes we just sit back and we let it go, and we just keep talking and talking and talking. And I know that I got to do other things, but once I start talking, I can't let it go. Try it sometimes. Try to speak to the Lord. Try to listen to him. He talks to you. Because if he talks to you, you're going to do what he's asking you to do.
That's right, brother.
You know, you ain't going to want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You're going to get away from flesh. Flesh is going to be there. It's going to be tough in this race. I know. You know, I know. We keep falling short to the glory of God every single day. Not everybody. Everybody. But sooner or later we fall at the end of the day, at the beginning, but still thank God that he woke you up. Thank God for everything that you have. Not that what you want, but you know what? Whatever you want, you put that on the standstill.
That's right.
And be thankful for what we have.
That's right, brother.
We have life.
Yes.
We have a mind that he gave us to go serve him. To read his Bible, to read his word, you know, to go to church.
That's right,
You
brother.
know, a lot of us say a lot of us want to go, but you know, a lot of us got other things in mind. Going fishing. I want to fish too, but if it was my Sunday student, you know, we did Sunday service, I would be in service.
That's right.
We do Friday night service, but if we're called to go, my pastor goes to preach somewhere else, then we're going to be there to support it. So, you know, it's not getting out of this.
That's right.
So, but you know, I just want people to know that, you know, God will give you rest.
That's right.
God will give you rest. He will give you strength.
That's right.
You know, he will answer you, not in your timing, but his timing.
That's right.
He believes in you.
That's right.
He will bless you. He says, I am for you.
That's right.
He won't fail you.
That's right, brother.
He will provide for you.
That's right.
A lot of people fall back and go, well, I've been praying, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and nothing has happened. And because it's not on your timing. And if he puts it, if he gives it to you right away, then you're gonna pull away from him. And he's trying to get you to a point where when you call upon him, you will stay on him. You won't walk away from him. A lot of us walk away.
That's right.
After we get what we ask for, and God already knows we're gonna walk away. You know. So and I know pretty much sometimes I keep talking about sin, but you see, God is trying to reach somebody out there.
That's right.
He could be trying to reach to me, and I'll reach to myself. Okay. Now I'm not just preaching. I'm just saying what God talking about right now. Okay. So. And I do think about our daily prayer where it says, Lord, thank you for this day you have created for me to be blessed. No matter what are the circumstances, it is for me to have favor and blessings from you. I thank you in advance. So when your situation is going bad and it's not looking right for you and you got issues, hey, thank the Lord for it.
That's right.
Thank the Lord, because he's going to turn it around for you.
That's right.
He's going to turn it around, and when he turns it around, you're going to say, thank you, Jesus, or you're not even going to even thank the man, because you're going to say it was just a breakthrough. A lot of us get breakthroughs, and we think we got this because on our own. No, and because God said we needed. God said, here, I want to take care of this. I want to make this happen for y'all guys. For you, He made it happen for me. You know, so. And I know sometimes I get a little squeegee, I can't really talk, but look, God says He loves you. And I believe that.
That's right.
God wants you to remember that He loves you. And He loves me. He loves us all. He loves the good, He loves the bad, and He loves the good.
That's right.
He sure does. But according to, He's going to judge us according to being good or bad. Being good or bad, we're going to walk into that judgment seat. And I know when I get ready to go to that judgment seat, I want to be able to go in there and not sweat and worry about you know, anything. I want to be able to say, okay, I'm barely going to get in. I'm going to, you know, and that if I stay focused on Him. If I take my eyes off of Him, I know what's going to happen.
That's right.
I'll be back in the streets again. I know,
brother.
I ain't got no doubt, but because He's so good to me, and when I wake up, I thank Him, and I jump on His Word, and I start reading a little, then I go do what I gotta do, and then I come back and get on this word again.
Yes.
You know, I try to stay away from doing evil, and that's very easy. If you got your mind on God,
Yes.
you know, you instead of speaking direct words coming out direct out your mouth with ugliness and hatefulness and stuff like that, and you stay on God, you're gonna have good fruit coming out your mouth.
That's right.
When you be able to speak life into others, speak life into yourself.
That's right.
You know, so you know, to live a life of power, you will have to be fueled by God's truth.
Yes.
And that is found in the Bible.
That's right, brother.
That is found in the Bible. You find his truth in his word.
Yes. Right.
He's got promises in his word.
That's right.
You know. So always recognize that we're held accountable for our doings.
Yes.
You know, for our doings. You know, sometimes people wanna distract us.
That's right.
People wanna set us back. People, you know, you think you're Mr. Goody Two Shoes because you got this and you got that. I'm gonna shoot. I only got what I got because the Lord blessed me with it. You know
That's
what I'm
right,
saying?
brother.
And when I'm talking about it, He blessed me because, you know, I want more of Him.
Yeah.
You know, I know that by staying faithful, staying truthful to your neighbors, to your friends, to your family, you know, staying right. You can't have no hatred, no bitter in your heart. You know, we go through that. I got family that they say they serve the Lord, but at the same time they got bitterness, they got hatred, their life is upside down. But if they would just turn around and give themselves up to the Lord, they'll be okay. I know this.
Come on.
I know this. And I'll tell you what, don't talk to me, but I'll tell you what. Before I came to serve the Lord, before I even knew God, I didn't even know God. Well, I keep saying this. Back in my days as I was growing up, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. When we're out there committing sin, committing adultery, you know, who knew? I didn't know nothing about no adultery. All I knew that I was trying to get into that door, and that door. That probably your door too. I don't know. I'm just saying. But see, God protected me through all my mess. He took care of me. You know, I fell in the bayou. I didn't know how I got out of it. People put guns in my head. People pulled the triggers. People tried to slice my throat. I got hit by a vehicle. I got the second time it was my fault the second time that I got hit by a vehicle because I was on a bike and I got in front of it. Still, he protected me.
Amen.
So, from being drugged up, from being in the streets, and not even knowing that I was being protected by him, I know now. Because he lived, I was able to stand here and tell you my little story. Where God pulled me from. I got pulled from the hot pit. I'm glad that God didn't put me again, send me to hell back in my days.
Right.
If I would have went to hell, I would have just been burning up, sweating, screaming, yelling. I couldn't even stop it. I couldn't even stop this screaming. It's gonna be hot out there, folks. So I'll tell you what. If me myself, I want to serve the Lord.
Come on.
I want to serve the Lord. I want to be honest with people. I want to just come together with them and speak about the Lord. You know, that's why I told my brother that Luke 9:23 was my favorite scripture. And that because Luke 9:23 says, if any man decide to come after me, let them deny themselves and pick up their cross and follow me daily.
That's right.
And he's not just talking about when it's Sunday or when it's Friday or whatever church time we all go to.
That's
He's
right.
talking about every single day
Yes.
to pick up that cross and to deny yourself.
Yes.
You know, but a lot of us, like right now, they're talking about freedom of Texas. How about freedom of Jesus for the nation, you know? let's get Jesus in this nation. Let's get it, because we all need Jesus.
Yes, we do.
I mean, we all need Jesus, you know. If I was not into God right now, you know where I'd be? Somewhere trying to look at fireworks, pop firecrackers,
Yeah.
you know, trying to have a couple of beers, I don't know, smoke some weed, you know, whatever it takes,
Yeah.
you know, but the thing is, I was listening to a couple of songs, and when I say a couple of, 3 songs I was listening to, and believe it or not, these words that I was listening to today, they're encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
They speak life to people.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, sometimes we go through things and we don't understand, but a lot of us don't want to deny our flesh.
Yeah, that's right.
So, me,
Yeah.
walk to me and I'll come to you.
Yeah.
He's there, he's waiting on us.
Yeah.
Isaiah, yes sir.
Yeah, and in the scripture where you was reading in 2 Corinthians 5 and verse 9, he says, "Wherefore we labor, that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him." Not that we're not accepted of him, but Paul is saying the reason why I do what I do, the reason why I reach out to people is because I want to do my part because of what God has done in my life, you know, and we want to be accepted of him, you know. Not that our works could do anything to get us in the kingdom. It's just that because what he done for us,
Yes.
we want to do for him.
Yes.
That should be our motive and desire.
Yes.
Is to do what's pleasing to the Lord.
Yes.
And this is what the Apostle Paul is saying. Hey, you know, God done so much for me. He you know, Paul persecuted the church. He had Christians killed. He took them and put them in jail. But on the road to Damascus, on Straight Street, the Lord knocked him off his horse, blinded him, and changed his life, and gave him a new mission to be an apostle to the Gentiles. And that's what Paul is saying. Hey, I'm not doing this just to do this. I'm doing this because I want to be accepted in the Lord. I want the Lord to accept me. I want the Lord to see that I mean business.
Yes.
I want the Lord to see that I'm for real. You know what I mean? And that's what James said. Faith without works is dead. You know, show me your faith, James said, and I'll show you my works with my faith. So this is what Paul is saying, that, you know, I want to be accepted of him, and I'm going to do everything I can to please the Lord.
Amen.
Because of what he's done in my life.
That's right.
Come on now,
Yeah.
like you said, he brought us out of darkness into his marvelous light. He forgave us of all of our sins. Amen. How much more should we want to do for him?
Exactly.
Amen.
And that's why, and that's why I get this emotional, because he didn't have to pull me out of there.
He did.
He didn't have to, but he did.
Anyway.
You know, he did it because he loves us.
Yes.
You know, God sent his only beloved son to die on the cross for our sins.
Yes.
And what we, and as Christians, as followers, as God's children, we should die and give our, not die, but
God himself.
die to self,
Yes.
flesh, get away from doing evil, from
That's
speaking
right.
evil. You know, people know that 2 men sleeping together is wrong. People know that 2 women sleeping together is wrong.
That's right.
You know, people know that going to your neighbor's house while the husband is gone is wrong. You
That's
know,
right.
we all know, we know this, but still, we all still do this.
Come on, bro.
People still doing this and that, and if you say that I believe in God, and you're sleeping with a man, and you're sleeping with, women sleeping with each other, man, and y'all say y'all believe in God, well, you know what? That's false doctrine. Y'all are being deceived.
That's right.
You know, y'all being, because in Romans 1 and 10, I want to say somewhere around there, you know, God will give you that mind to go ahead and sleep with the man. You know, you can't say y'all were born this way, because y'all weren't born. God don't make mistakes.
That's right.
Look up in the mirror and look at yourself in that mirror. A woman trying to look like a man, God don't make mistakes.
That's right.
A man trying to look like a woman, God didn't make mistakes. If God wanted you to be a woman, he would have made you a woman. If God
That's
wanted
right.
you to be a man, he would have made you a man.
That's
But God
right.
said, I'm making you a man, I'm making you a woman. But the world is so confused.
Yes.
The world is confused.
Yeah.
They're so confused, it's unbelievable. But you know what? I thank God that me being confused opened my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And when my eyes were open, I could see.
Yes.
I wasn't blind no more. Now, I know throughout the time they want to sidetrack us. They want to get us back from where we used to be at. But when you feel that way, what you need to do is pray to God.
Yeah.
Lift up your hands. Ask God, I need that faith. I need that fire. I need that sensation, that feeling that I had when I started doing that somehow I got away. And I departed from the Lord. Repent of the sin. Come back to Him. He wants us here. He loves us. He's not trying to send us to Hell. We're going to send ourselves to Hell. And we're going to get away from this stuff. You know, doing evil. We do evil. We're not worthy. We're not. We're always failing. But how you say that, brother? A quitter.
Failure always beats a quitter.
A failure always beats a quitter.
Yeah.
Because a quitter
quit.
A quitter quit, but a failure gonna get up and try it again.
Yeah.
So if you fell somewhere down the line, hey, get up and then shake it off and get out there, do it again. You know, God is long suffering with us. God is long suffering with us.
Yeah.
He's long suffering with us, and He's giving us another day because we woke up another day. He woke us up another day. You know, everybody they're running around and out there in downtown or at their homes, wherever they may be. God has mercy.
That's right.
And compassion on us.
All of us.
And He loves us, and He just wants us to get it right.
Yeah.
Because the time's going to come.
Yeah.
When that time comes, there's no excuses. People make excuses.
Yeah.
God keeps promises.
That's right. And you know, just like in the days of Noah, you know, the Lord was just trying to talk to people and talk to people. And one day that door of grace closed. That door of grace closed. There was no more grace. And God poured His judgment out upon the whole world and drowned out everybody but a man and his family. I mean, you know, and right now, the door of grace is open. The door of mercy is open.
Yes.
The door of compassion is open. That's why He said, whosoever will, let him come. You know, come now, let us reason together, said the Lord. Though your sins may be as scarlet, I'll make them white as snow. Right now, the door of mercy and grace is open. But one day, just like on the ark, God shut that door. The door going to be shut. And there's not going to be no more mercy. It's not going to be no more grace. It's only going to be judgment.
That's right.
And that's it. And that's what we're trying to get people and ourselves to get away from.
Yes.
Man, if you see your child in the middle of the street and a Mack truck coming, you're going to do everything you can to get them out of that street. You're not going to be like, oh, baby, come in there.
Yeah.
Man, you're going to scream and you're going to holler and you're going to run as fast as you can to get them out the street.
Tackle the child.
Yeah, get them out the street. You know, and that's all we're trying to do here. You know, we just want to let people know that God loves you and His mercy is here. But one day, that door is going to shut. It's going to either shut when we die or it's going to shut when He comes. One or the other.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's where Jesus says it's just like the days of Noah, where the men are going to be wicked.
People are eating and drinking and giving in marriage and just going on like everything was okay.
Exactly.
Like it's just another day, and that day going to come upon them unaware. People are going to be eating, going to go be at Gringos. People going to be at Popsitos. People going to be fishing. People going to be just doing the normal things of life.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, that day going to come upon them.
That's right.
And they not going to be aware. It's going to catch them off guard.
And we have to understand there's two things of joy. One's artificial and one's a natural joy. The artificial joy is what Satan gives us, because when we are born of sin. And we may feel happy and glad. The devil may bless us just to feel happy, just to feel good. But then he comes right back and gives you trouble, give you anxiety, whatever depression you got, comes and attacks you in ways and things like that. But in the book of Psalms, in Psalms chapter 19, it says the statutes of the Lord are right and righteous. and rejoicing to the heart.
Yes.
And then it goes on to say that the word of the Lord is as sweet as the honeycomb.
Yes.
What is honeycomb? That's the natural honey from the honeycomb where the honey's made. So the natural joy that we get is from God because He's our original or our natural creator.
Yes, yes.
And He's the natural creator of joy. And Satan makes an artificial joy, but he gives you just enough to make you happy, to make you seem like you're being a good person, being a good so-called Christian if you're in the church, being a so-called good Samaritan. Just enough joy to make you seem like you're being good, but in essence you're not, because you're not following the commandments of God, because Jesus says if you love me you will keep my commandments, and His commandments is to love the Lord thy God with all thy soul, heart, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. If you love your neighbor, you're not going to go out there and try to do something mischievous toward them. You're going to try and point them to the right direction, which is Christ. And that's where the natural and the artificial joy come in. Do you want the artificial joy that's just going to give you a artificial high, just like weed? You'll get high for about 3-4 hours, but then you'll start feeling all mopey and all feeling bad and whatnot, where you have to hit it again, and you have to hit it even stronger.
Yes.
Or you want the natural joy, where no matter what goes your way, no matter what troubles come your way, you'll still feel joy. You'll still say, God, you got me. God, you're going to do this for me, whether I have or have not.
That's right. That's why I always say I'm blessed with and I'm blessed without. You know, I'm not worried about, what I have. I just thank God that He pulled me out of the pit.
That's right.
Because, if it wasn't for Him, like I said, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here talking. I wouldn't be here, present here,
Mm-hmm.
I know that God is present.
Yes.
Because that I do know. Because I know where I've been and I know where I come from. And if it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be here.
That's
So
right.
I was also thinking that, like they say, people talk about how the world was made. Well, God made the world.
That's right.
He made the world. He created everything.
Exactly.
And I was thinking about it, like, man, God, you did all this with you by yourself. All
That's right.
this. You created all this. You even knew our name before we were even in our mother's womb.
That's right.
They ain't even know what they were going to name us until we came out. But I just thankful for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we have to have. We must thank God for everything. Every
right.
single thing, for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
Don't just thank Him when things are going good, and thank Him when things are going bad.
That's right.
Thank Him when things are ugly.
Yes.
Where's your faith at?
Yes.
Do you believe that he can pull you out of the storm? Because I know He pulled me out of a lot of storms.
That's right.
And I didn't want nothing. All I needed was Him. And now, up to this day, all I know is if I call Him His name, He's there.
Mm-hmm.
But I must follow His commandments.
That's right, brother.
Because if I don't follow His commandments, I could fall and slip back to where I was at before, and that's not a fun sight. Because I thought by having jewelry all up on my fingers, necklace all around my neck, having this big old cowboy hat and cowboy boots, being in the clubs, looking like Mr. T. I thought that was happiness, but it wasn't happiness. It was temporary. I know where the happiness is, and that's in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
That's right.
In Him, I will have happiness. I will have peace. I will love. I will have eternal life.
Yes.
If I continue to follow His commandments.
That's right.
And this is all I want to do now. This is all I want to do. Is be on the Lord's side.
Yes.
I don't need to be on Satan's side anymore.
That's
He
right.
had me for 47 years.
Come on, brother.
He had me for 47 years, and his mistake was His mistake was that he couldn't get rid of me because God was not allowing him to get rid of me.
That's right.
Because he was out to kill me.
Yes,
You know, when I got hit by that car, when they put these guns on me, when they tried to slice my throat, when I fell in the bottom, all this was Satan trying to take me out before God would save me.
That's right.
Save me.
That's right.
So you know what, Satan, hey, I'm too blessed to be stretched, my brother. You know, so all I gotta say is keep going forward. Keep God first. Love your neighbor. Love God. You know, put Him first. Put Him first before anything. And your life will change. I know it changed my life. You know, it ain't nothing. You know, crying over spilled milk. You know, don't worry about that milk that just got spilled.
That's right.
You know, soak it up, pick it up. You know, God has our back.
Yes.
You know, I just want y'all to know that whoever's going through any kind of problem, believe me when I say this, God has your back.
Yes.
He's got my back.
That's right.
He's got my back. You know, and I've been putting him in first since I've been serving him. You know, like I told my brother-in-law, it's God and women, and then you can go from there. You know, I used to put children, mama, and then my wife. Well, I had it all backwards.
That's right.
I had it all backwards. Now I know it's God, man, wife, and then so on. Okay, so I just say, you know, follow those categories, stay straight. God will do awesome things. And if you know that God has done awesome things for you, we should be praising that man right now. We should be giving him thanks, giving him the glory. Because you know what? When you stepped outside your house the other day and a drive-by came by and that bullet missed you, it was no luck.
That's
because
right.
God had mercy and grace over you. It was Him that protected you.
Yes.
When you fell off of a train or when you fell off of a truck,
That's right.
whatever that you can think of back in your days, what you went through from the age of 2 all the way whatever age you are right now, and
That's
you
right.
know what you went through and you know where you've been, and you're still alive,